Well, Split A has had their fun yesterday. Now it's time for Split B to get things done here in Fuji Speedway. Welcome everyone back here in the Speedway for round 1 still of the Formula Hololive Japan season. This time it's for the Riding on Dreams Grand Prix at Fuji. Split B race coming right up. Oops. Anyways, let's take a look into a bit of a track map just to see what the track looks like. And specifically, which of these corners are suitable for overtaking. Of course, you got turn 1, basically the tight corner, following the 1.5 kilometer long hairpin, straight. And then you also got the hairpin after 100R that absolutely suits everyone down to the ground. After you go for a sweeping right-hander and then you immediately hit on the brakes. Potential switchback moves coming around. Same goes at around the entirety of Sector 3, especially if you can keep going alongside. It's got Dunlop chicane, nets, and the final corner. You can actually go side by side on this 4.5 kilometer long circuit. 305 kilometers of racing are to be expected with 66 laps. And looking at target lap times, we could be seeing a 124. We have seen a 124 yesterday. But can we see a 124.5? That will be another question to ask. With that out of the way, let's also take a look into both the Split A results and the Split B entries. Also, Wizard, of course, took the checkered flag yesterday for Inugami Korone. With a pretty good run from 5th on the grid. We got some drivers who had control from pole position, with namely Maverick DCM, I believe. Unfortunately, he could not convert that to a race win, with race pace not forthcoming. Same goes for Ed Sky. You can see the drivers in the top 10 on your left. And those who are not on the right as well in Split A. That's not where we need to focus on. Our focus is on Split B, especially with, of course, this is where Split B kicks off their season. Kamen Riba and Jay Goodwin, both of them won the Zako and CO Cups respectively. They will be seeing out competition from the likes of Aqua Azuri, Jace Kinsai, Hanami Kiriko, who had also been doing performance in the the second half of the Formula Hololive competitions. We also got Misaki Sakura, Hamashaki Freza, who also have pedigree of race wins under their belt. Same goes for Daniel Goyena, the 2024 champion. Of course, Kamen Riba is a 2025 Zaku champion, and Jake Goodwood at the 2025 CEO. Patterson, Kurashio, Fumi, Shizuna Rio, Raiji Kaczynski, who of course had his Oshi, Yuzuki Choko, celebrate her birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to Yuzuki Choko, as Kaczynski will see his performances here in Fuji. Seirin, Rudy, Subyang, and Joey, and Yukara Toka make up the remaining 5 drivers on the lineup as we're about to start the qualifying for this race, for this Split B race. As usual, welcome everyone to the stream. My name is Mark in the commentary booth, and with that out of the way, we are going to get ourselves ready for qualifying, and we are just going to check, and we have confirmed. We're now not on track for one single hot lap. Siren is one of them. So looking into past performances, Seirin is also one of those drivers who have had a solid performance in Fuji, especially in 2025 qualifiers. Obviously, she managed to grab a single win for Kanade. Of course, representing the entirety of Regal in general as well. She's doing solid job herself. You know, we also have Shaki Freza, who of course also does a very decent job there on one of the leading win holders in Formula Hololive. With that out of the way, let's take a look into an onboard here. So exit is the final corner. That exit is important because you have to focus quite a longer work of main street where you can maximize your top speed. So you can start there to start your lap. Around 293, 100 meters in the braking zone in the turn one. Close it up into double-digit speeds as you maneuver turn one and now into the corner. 50 meter marker, braking zone. Hook up the car very nicely into the 100R. Hang around in 5th gear. That's why you got confidence, late apex, and then braking before the billboard. Hit the apex, get a good exit from the hairpin. And then quick blast off into the 300R. Hit the billboard at the Dunlop chicane. Into the Dunlop chicane, that's where you need to brake. And then go maneuvering into the chicane and then into turn 13. Off camera corner, so you can easily steer there. And then into that brake and turn at the same time. Very tricky section to work out with. You want to go fast. And then into turn 16. Again, braking and turning at the same time. Late apex as much as you can. And now, uninterrupted run into the main straight. That should be a lap here in Fuji Speedway. Well, a moment second. Press a start. 125.020. That's a great lap there from Shagger. Kaczynski only 125.6. There's Toka. Watch out for the other here because he's got slipstream improvements. He goes up into 4th. Conrad Reba, the defending Zaku champion, is going to start on pole position right now. But will there be anyone who's going to be challenging his time? Jake Goodwin just started his flying lap. Aguzuri is about to start hers. Nakamura about to finish hers. 125.049. Dak Patterson about to finish his lap. Patterson with 126.113. Not the slowest lap time, but it is not good enough for the top spot. Jace Kinside now is about to set a 126.5, not a very good lap. Kiriko sets a 125.14. Rudy just started his lap. Sobia Gun in the Kokani Nico number 29. 11th place for him. Joey's about to complete his lap as our drivers are now peeling into the pits as they have finished their hot laps. 126.314. Ricardo Toka, 7th. Let's go watch him and more drivers complete their laps. Watching 14. Jake Goodwin will start alongside the Zako champion. But Misaki Sakura, what a surprise that was! 124.413. That is an amazing lap from Sakura as she places the ASCII number 12 on pole position. Azuri places herself in 8th place ahead of both the Tsuyo and Zako Cup champions Misaki Sakura. Oh my goodness, that's a great lap from her. We still have those who have yet to complete their lap times. Rudy is one of them. Meanwhile, we have Fuji about to complete his lap. Pass that one around. But he places his car 7th. That is a solid lap from him. Still one more car who is yet to complete his lap. And as Hofu Mi, he places his car 7th. Misaki Sakura sits on pole position for the Split B race. Amazing stuff in qualifying. Look at the gap though. Nearly half a second Misaki Sakura has over her competition. she's definitely gonna have a solid run, but of course it's not guaranteed because she definitely needs to watch her tracks coming into the start of this race. Which means that Azuri is also going to be coming into the pits. No one is going to be expected to come out now. So yeah, Misaki Sakura will be sitting on pole position for today's split B race here in the Riding on Dreams Grand Prix at Fuji. Hopefully me and Rudy are in their in-laps. So we're just gonna cut ourselves to intermission as soon as we can. Great stuff here from Misaki Sakura to basically grab that pole position. Can I say it's from out of nowhere? Because it's a 124.413. Coming in Reba 124.900. Go with 124.931. Again, what a lap that was from Misaki Sakura. So that away, let's introduce you all to the starting 11, or rather the starting lineup for the split B race of the Riding on Dreams Grand Prix at Fuji. Alright, so Hofumi starts basically where he is. But let's focus our attention on to Misaki Sakura. Congratulations to her on her pole position. And lining up alongside her will be the Zako Cup champion from last year, Kaminai Riba for Shishiro Botan. Then we got the CEO Cup champion lining up in third place, Jake Goodwin for Okami Miyu. And then we got Shaki Freza, one of the all-time win record holders in Formula Hololive for Moses Zenene. He has 5. Irie Nakamura ready to rep things up in the Hacha machine. And then we got Hanami Kirika from Himamori Luna, who, of course, Luna won the 2023 the 2023 Formula Hololive title. Ofumi starting 7th for Inosora with 8th place. Rudy for Mizumiyasu. Seirin will start 9th for Kanade with 10th place Aqua Zuri for Ozura Subaru. 11th place Raji Kazinski. Of course, we'll need to perform miracles if he's going to give Yusuke Choko her win, especially the day after her birthday. Yuki Artoka starts 12th for Lamy with 13th place Daniel Guyana for Sara Pecora. 14th place going to Dak Patterson for Sakiriona. 15th place going to Hoshitono Rio for Nakari Ayame, and then lining up alongside will be Joey in the June Fute Rider number 67. I don't want to hear any more of that. Anyways, we also have Jace Kenzai for Takani Loi. Rossi Carrasco starts 18th for Lapis Darkness. And then running out the back row of the grid, we got Vladislav Domashnev for Akira Senthal. And Kogeri Nikos is Sobyang running out the final spot on the grid. A big race coming up for these drivers to kick off their Split B campaigns. Top 10 will make the CEO. The rest will have to be settled. We'll have to settle for the Zako. Ritz lined up, and it's gonna be a interesting race to see how it goes. Misaki Sakura on pole position. Kaminai Riba in second for the 66 laps here in Fuji Speedway, and we are off to a pretty good start there from Misaki Sakura, but Kaminai Riba has it better into turn 1, round the outside. Can Sakura hook it up? Low contact from the back as Sakura now leads the pack. Riba having to play catch up though. Meanwhile, Goodwin is now swamped by Shaki Freza around the outside. Kiriko's now also going to have to dice her way against Nakamura. Lifelong rivals between the two, as Nakamura has an advantage around the inside of the hairpin, but Kiriko has the better exit as she now leads Nakamura. Sakura against Riba. Shaki Freza against Goodwin for the top 4 spots. Kiriko, Nakamura, and Nakamura's gonna fight back against Kiriko at the double up chicane. They go side by side briefly, but it's now Kiriko who stays ahead. Nakamura still down in 6th place. Fumi in 7th. Rudy in 8th. Azuri 9th. Siren inside the top 10. Hopefully you're all going to be tuning in for some great racing here, especially in this first lap. Saw some side-by-side action, and now we're coming into the front straight. These drivers are just gonna have to keep on going, potentially seeing some overtaking moves. Saren now going down the inside of Azuri. Meanwhile, you just have Joey looking to get ahead of Hoshi Rio. Inside now, trying to get himself ahead of Caraccio. Both of the Hololive teammates not having a good day here, especially in contrast to their teammates yesterday, who actually got both of them getting top 10 finishes. So going side by side, Kinsai and Caraccio. Distance for 18th place. Onto inside as he has the inside line, but not the outside line into 300R, and that's engine failure immediately for Rustem Caraccio. No signs of it. Yep, there's an engine failure for one of the Hololive cars already. We can confirm to you that 2 great races for one of the cars, and then the other, well, one of them has an engine failure. Inside sitting 18th. Well, that's very much unfortunate for inside, but back into the Racing C. Shaka Reza has now made his move into the inside line, into 2nd place, trying to get himself win number 6. If you look into Shaka Reza's record in Formula Hololive competitions, he's been one of the best in the business. 124.741 was his previous lap time, as Damashnev and Kinsai goes head to head between each other, but now Kinsai ahead of Damashnev, exiting turn 1. Looking into the win records, he has been the long-time driver for Moses and won 1 race in 2023. Actually 2 in 2023. Just gonna double check the numbers. Yeah, of course, he didn't miss a single season he didn't miss a race. He has won in all seasons that he's competed in Formula Hololive so far, racing 2 different cars as well. He's won twice in 2023, once in 2024, twice in 2025. Can he add 1 in 2026? We'll have to wait and see. Sakura has the fastest lap of the race. 224.525. So he's just hanging around the top 10, now trying to defend against Ridin on the charge right now. Can Azuri try to fight one back? She will try, but she's just too far back. So Azuri's just gonna have to settle for 11th right now. Let's take a look into the race field water right now. The drivers are going to be pretty early though. See the various strategies here. This time by from the drivers. Aquazuri is of course running pretty heavy right now in her car, which is why she is not having a lot of pace. Sakura and Shakib Reza, based on what I'm seeing, are going pretty light. That's why they're being very rapid, but they are going to be, of course, exposed to the strategies there. Alright, so the top 3 now separated by just about 1 second, and it's going to be a pretty interesting sight to see. Anyways, Kaczynski has made his move against Seirin. Goyena also made his move against Aquazuri. For Azuri, I would say that there should not be any cause for concern just yet, especially given that your car is essentially heavier due to having to carry more fuel. Anyways, lap 5 into the competition, Kiriko now in 5th place. She has already had winning pedigree in what it used to be called Holotype. It's now Holo Proto. Of course, she won at Okayama. We're going to be seeing the first of the pit stop activities. Kiriko to go, expecting to make 3-4 pit stops. It's not ideal, but probably have to deal with. So Kiriko will be the first driver to head into the pit box. And now we got Goyena. Absolutely chilling right now. We got some interesting battles here. Damashev over EJ's Kinsai once again. Just Damashev has the advantage. Hoshizuna Rios now is leading. Alright, so Diego has now spent some time in the pits and will now have she has still underfield herself. Very great. That means she will have to make it at least 3 to 4 more pit stops and she will be out for the running, unfortunately. Alright, so Nakamura made her move against Jay Goodwin. Ahead of hopefully Rudy, sorry. As Goyena also comes in for his pit stop. It's pretty early, so he's probably not going to have a lot to say. Goyena peels in down the inside. Kiriko's just gonna be able to clear, no problem. So it's all about a race of Speaking of which, Sakura still leads Momoshiki Freza by 1 second, but this time Kamen Rider has it. The inside line decides to make a move now onto Shake. No, when these two face off against each other, they are gonna basically cause some issues between each other. Shake Freza is gonna be pinning the next lap. Same goes for Saki Sakura, so it's gonna be a case of which strategy is better, but it looks to me that if possible, you would want to spend less time in the pits. Anyways, we got 7 laps complete here in Fuji Speedway, and Damasha is already in, Kinsai is already in. lot of drivers already making their way into the pit stops right now. Missouri again is going to have to go long, but decides to go for a potential move down the inside against Siren. However, she is too far back to make any meaningful moves. Already making moves down into the pits. Sakura, Reba, and Shakib Reza. Meanwhile, we got more of the competition already just going in. Jay Goodwin is about to go a bit longer. Meanwhile, Kuczynski and Rudy are going to go side by side potentially. Could Rudy go down the inside? He's getting close. He's already having a sniff at it. I think this has got to be one of Rudy's more competitive races so far. The creeper head, absolutely. Making his charge into the podium places right now, and of course Rudy is going to be carrying a lot more fuel than the rest of the field here, as you can see here from the charts. Expected to run 24 laps of fuel to go. Kiriko now overtakes Sakura. Goyena, looks like the Adak strategy has absolutely worked dividends here. So Kiriko is actually leading who was leading this race. Looks like Sakura didn't have a great time in the pits. Reba, meanwhile, leads those who have already made a pit stop. Right, we got some serious battles here. Also, Azuri has been overtaken by Toka in the interim, so she's now down to 6th place. Just gonna down the inside goes Toga on the Seirin. Same goes from Joey against Rio, as you saw in the interim, as you saw in the build-up there. Joey now trying to get one ahead of Rio, but it's just too far back. Anyways, Toga could not get the move onto Seirin. Great defensive driving so far. Oh, and that is contact between Goyena and Sakura. Not sure what happened there, but looks like Goyena ruffled some feathers. We'll see what happened. And it looks to me that, oh, that's a bit of contact, nearly making Sakura lose control. Let's check the onboard from Goyena just to take a look into what happened. Oh, absolutely giving a bit of a light tap there to Sakura. That absolutely threw her off. Meanwhile, here Sakura is on board. Oh, slight contact. Almost overcorrected it. Oh, and that is Dak Patterson with an engine failure! Dak Patterson with the engine failure! At Fuji Speedway, and she's going to join Russian Kurashio on the sidelines as we get ourselves back into racing action. Unbelievable for Dak Patterson. Not the way he wanted to kick things off. And right since he comes into the pits for his service, that is gonna be heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak for Dag. Anyway, Jake Goodwin continues to lead here in Fuji Speedway. Before the race has already taken claim. 2 victims to engine failures, Kurashio and Patterson. Now out on the count. Kiriko will have to make another pit stop. yourself further up the standings. As we're seeing more competition going forward, we'll have to see how it goes. Beba now in 10th place. Rio in 6th, Zuri 5th, Toka 4th, Saren in 3rd. This battle for 3rd place is gonna get pretty spicy. Of course, Saren needs no reminder of what day it is today. It's Sunday. And probably needs no reminder of what day it is tomorrow. And right now we got Rio trying to go for something against Azuri. Rio now going to go down into the slipstream. Got Toka now down inside of Saren. As Riva makes his move against Sobyung-un. We got double side-by-side action. Toka cannot pass Saren. Hoshisan River is going to try at it against Azuri. Azuri's going to have a pretty decent exit off of turn 1, but Rio has his tracks covered. So Rio makes the pass. Toka stays in 4th. We're going to miss yet another pit stop. No surprises here. Toka's getting absolutely close and close. Just not there yet. Kiriko has gone ahead of Luna. Peko Luna, once again, feels like something's just never give away. But at least Toka against Saren. This will be a battle for the final positions there. Toka's still a bit too far back to make any meaningful moves. We'll be seeing on who are the biggest gainers and moves, especially as we enter the second half of this race. But for now, we're just gonna have to chill here in Fuji Speedway. Anyways, back here in Fuji Speedway, and that's a massive collision. That's Raja Kaczynski. We saw a car getting turned. That's Raja Kaczynski now out after a collision. We'll see what happened there. Absolutely a big shame here. Here's what happened. Sakura against Kaczynski, and this is not gonna look pretty there. As you see, Sakura looks like it's 3 wide action. I can't really tell who's to blame here. Sakura goes down the inside, but oh, no. That's actually Sakura just flat out turning into Kaczynski. That's Sakura just flat out turning into Kaczynski. Race gone from bad to worse for Sakura here. We'll see the onboard. So just backed off from that thing, so it looks to me that since it's deemed to be a DNF inducing event, looks like the stewards are not going to be happy about this. Looks like the stewards aren't happy with what Sakura had done. Talk about tanking your prospects of a good finish with that boneheaded move. Sakura's not going to be happy about this, but she's going to have to keep on going in the streets. No doubt in my mind that her mood and momentum is now shattered with the 30-second. We got a news here. We got this is official. 30-second time penalty for Misaki Sakura for causing a collision, DNF inducing, to Raja Kaczynski. But if there is going to be one solace here, the spacing between these drivers are at least pretty huge. Kensai's back into the pit stops. So even with the penalty, she will be at least 15th or 16th place. So she will still be able to score points, but only single-digit points. Talk about a massive blow to your prospects here. Kensai now back out in the race in 17th place. Fumi trying to give a move here against fellow teammate Sakura. Everything's gone pretty calm here. Shakareza's going to try to make his move against Joey. Amongst the drivers who have already pitted, now leading the pack. Already overtaking Joey, who has yet to make a pit stop. So this will be something to pay attention to. As Shakarev now makes his way ahead. Great racing action so far here in Fuji Speedway. Sakura and So Byung-eun have now traded places between each other, but it looks to me that Sakura is gonna just about defend despite the penalty. Very great maneuver for her so far. This time they're gonna go side by side once again. This time it's So Byung-eun and Ho Fu-mi. Ho Fu-mi now ahead of So Byung-eun in this regard. Karatoka. And now going side by side. That looks to me it's Shakarev Reza now ahead of Aqua Azuri here. The Neko now trying to sweep around the outside to just maintain his spot, and that's what he does. Here with 15 laps complete, coming into 25% race distance already, and we saw massive amounts of drama. Kiriko also about to come into the pits for the third time. I expect her to come into the pits for the fourth time. Speaking of which, we got Shakarev now peeling into the pits. Kiriko now back out in 17th place. No doubt in my mind, already a lap down and still needing to make a pit stop. Shakarev now into the pits from 8th place on the grid. Same goes for Sakura. Right, might wanna give me a minute as more drivers come in for their pit stops. Tons of quick maneuvers already. Sakura looking to exit in 9th place. Fumi, never mind, they've already come in. Sakura's about to come out. So yeah, we're gonna take a short break. We'll be coming back to you for more racing action here in Fuji Speedway. Don't go anywhere, and we will be back. Alright, back at Fuji Speedway, and now we're going to see some side-by-side action between Shakif Reza and Cabernet Reba. Now, Reba's on the outside, Shakif Reza down the inside. It's a solid defensive move by Reba. Oh, that is a bold outside move to keep him ahead in the fight. Goyana, meanwhile, is about to pit. He has already come in for his coming inside his pit box, so he's gonna lose a lot of time. Obviously already a lap down to Jay Goodwin, who of course has yet to make a pit stop. I gotta say this though, Rudy's having a very solid race from second, who's now currently in second, now having a solid chance to bring home Flo Close's, I believe, first win of 2026. Rio currently in fourth place, just continuing to charge forward with his run. Anyways, Azuri currently in sixth. Charge right now. Alright, so 19 laps complete, and it's now pretty much calmed down way faster than the Split A race, based on observation. So anyways, we still have much of this race to go. Rio now currently in fourth place, Shaka Reza currently in 10th. Nakamura in 13th, battles going forward. Anyways, Hoshitana Rio now looking for a move against Zarin. Already had a pretty decent run though at the exit of the airpit from what I saw. Just couldn't get close enough though. Anyways, we got Jake Goodwin for Akamamiyo now still leading the pack. Just doing a very good job there, maintaining the lead so far. Obviously, this is the same track that where he secured his CO Cup title by a single point. Reba, meanwhile, down in 9th place in the, we're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, Goodwin currently on the charge to pick up where he left off at Fuji Speedway as the defending champion, as Kinsai now goes into the pits. Already we're gonna be seeing some developments here as we're still a lot of these drivers are still locked down. In particular, it will be here goes one of the drivers who have already gone lap down. Same goes with Jace Kinsai, and the worst part of all is that they get a pit stop as well as Kinsai. Is about to be called in for her stop here, but it will only apply for the next lap. Izuri still chasing Toka for 5th place, but just not forthcoming just yet. These top end drivers are just going to have to manage their pace here. And Mikirko makes her pit stop once again. No surprises here. Alright, so Mikirko is this time gonna go for a super... not... one more pit stop. Very great, just great, just great. Just great. Alright, so So Damashnev and Nakamura now making their pit stops. Still a pretty interesting. There's going to be a pretty intriguing showcase here. 2 laps complete. Strategy is now absolutely playing decent hand though, but the top 6 have remained unchanged because they're not going to make any pit stops anytime soon. Right, Jake Goodwin will be pitting into the next 12 laps or so. Rudy will be pitting until the next 10. Riba is about to make his next pit stop. Aquazuri will be going, I believe, the longest out of anyone with 20 laps. So she's expected to make her pit stop at lap 43. So it's still pretty much a bit of a question mark to see how these drivers are faring. We still have Zuri and Joey currently running in 6th and 7th place right now. See here how short George's tires are. Looks like the effects aren't really seen in the newer cars, but we are seeing some kind of wear on Goodwin's car, as they all continue to charge their way forwards towards the track. Siren making her move inside the pit box. Same goes for Shooter Rioni, moving the first of these drivers inside the top 6 to make a pit stop, which means that this will be their definitive pit stop. So Goyena now peeling inside his pit box. There's Siren, and then there's also Rio as well. So they're going to take a sizable time to stop start. It is down the inside. So good on the outside as he clears the lap car. I think here going about to make another pit stop. Right, anyway, we still have much of the race to go. 24 laps already complete here in Fuji Speedway. Stuff here. Sometimes. Anyways, we got Joey now under pressure from Chase inside as a run on lap himself. And that's some side action there. Joey around the outside, and I thought that there might be some carnage, but all these drivers know what they're doing, so let's just keep it out, put on at it. Anyways, it's been a relatively clean weekend so far. Only one incident that resulted in DNS from collisions, and of course that had to involve Ryan Kaczynski and Misaki Sakura. here. Will be in 10th, up into 10th as he now gets outside. This will be a point where you can absolutely fill your car right till the end, but not necessarily, because Reza has only a very quick pit stop. Looks like it's not over yet. Toka is about to, making her pit stop. Looks to me that Toka will be going in pretty long, but I think she'll have to make a late pit stop at this regard. It's not going to be enough so far. It's now going to be a pretty interesting sight to see. Alright, we got 4 drivers coming in. Looks like that's Rudy from 2nd place. Now already coming in for his pit stop, and looks to me that he will go pretty long. Joey's also being called. Kiriko's being called again. Looks like Rudy will be going in until the end. So he is going to be at a serious chance to bring home Mizumiyasu's first win in ARO competitions. Inside the pits, Rudy already exiting in 4th place. It's now up to Jake Goodwin to get things done. But of course, Rudy already has a 2nd gap to the rest of the field, so in 5th place as in charge. Daniel Guyana has made the pass on to Jace Kinsai, and based on what I'm seeing, it is, I think, a scheduled pit stop for him. So it looks to me that as it stands, Sakura will most likely be relegated down to 15th place. What a dramatic turnabout this has been. Drivers. Toka isn't gonna hang on. Neither does looks to me that Rio might have a good chance, but he will have to make another pit. So Jake Goodwin has now gone on into the pits. Based on our readings here, he's already inside the pit lane here, and he is gonna fill up, but will it be enough? That will be a interesting question here to report. And right now there's more coming up. Shaki Reza now around the outside of Sayrin. He's now into 8th place. Still intriguing contest and prospect. Azuri now leads Jake Goodwin by 4 seconds now. As a result, Azuri now leads, but remember, she is yet to make a pit stop, and she is literally the longest. She's going to be running the longest out of anyone so far. She still has 13 laps to run. So by around lap 40, we are expecting her to make her move into the pit lane. We will see how she goes. Absolutely doing a massively solid job, currently leading this race here. She's already claimed Autopolis and Okayama in her career so far. Damashev has also gone in for a pit stop. Cameron Ripa has already made his move against Sayrin. Meanwhile, potential battles coming up. Rio, if you look at his tires, he does have fresh tires compared to Rudy, where he should have a lighter car, as well, not really, but only slightly lighter, but he is about to make a move there onto Rudy. He's already lined up there on the main straight. Pretty solid right now. Done and dusted here in Fuji Speedway. Clear skies here in the Fuji Speedway, despite colder than usual conditions. Azuri's absolutely going to be hoping for miracles, but she is currently actually pulling away from Jake Goodwin, so looks to me that the overcut strategy is the strategy that is to go basically to go to. Basically, don't pit until late into the race. Maintain your pace at the moment, and watch as your rivals spin early and struggle with pace after they pit, while you keep on charging. Right now, Azuri has pulled up a 5-second gap onto Azuri. Right now, we're just gonna have to watch with bated breath as we mentioned earlier, she's already taking claim to 2 tracks already, and actually put the Subaru number 48 in solid title contention in the Zako Cup. And right now she is going to mark her presence as she is going to aim for CO Cup qualification at the very least. Because Azuri just needs to keep on, keep her head down, as hopefully 124.263 for him. Ripa makes his pit stop. Meanwhile, at the... we're now coming into 30 laps. We already finished 30 laps. Sakura, despite having a 30-second time penalty, is going to see if she can get close to Joey. Right now, currently running in 8th place. Penalty or not, she is gonna try to go at it, and that is a potential move down the inside, and she's just not close enough. Oh, Joe's gonna be absolutely looking into the rearview mirror there, trying to scan for potential moves down the inside. And that's a move down the inside to Joey there around the final corner. Is it too early? But then again, Joey is gonna try to go for a counter. Try to go go for the counter initiative there, despite being shuffled off. He still has the inside line into turn 1. Lotus is not finally setting in for Lotus, but she is still currently in 8th place with 4 penalties. Fumi has also made his move against Joey. It's a Vietnamese battle here, I just noticed. So Sakura currently wins this battle. But it looks to me that as it stands, she will drop down to 12th place after penalties. Goodwin currently running in second place here. Now, obviously, we still have yet to find those who have made a pit stop here, but Hoshizono Rio, probably needing to make one more pit stop, is currently running in 3rd. Goodwin, meanwhile, is also expected to... is potentially expected to make another pit stop as well. Azuri might not make another pit stop after this, but she is currently leading Jake Goodwin, so this is gonna be an interesting battle of strategy, like a battle of chess of sorts. Meanwhile, we got Shakureza, Sakura, and Hofumi now pitting at roughly the same time. Toka is now currently in 6th, about to make her charge onto Danilo Goyena, or rather that's Rudy. To be Jake Goodwin, already making his move to unlap himself, and that's not gonna help Goodwin actually, because he continues to lose time. Look at the gap between Azuri and Goodwin, 7.6 seconds, and both of them are likely to need one more pit stop unless Goodwin decides to conserve for the rest of this race. Toka now goes down the inside against Rudy. This is for 6th place. Toka still has the inside line into coming to Coca-Cola's the outside line, and it's gonna be the preferred line. Toka makes her move. She's now up into 5th place. The troublesome woman already making herself well known as she now leads this pack of drivers. Azuri now makes her pit stop, and it looks to me that Azuri will be filled right until the end. Jake Goodwin will be making, I believe to me, one more pit stop based on my observations. We're now into the second half of this race. Internet's still good on our end, so we're not that concerned. So more drivers making their pit stops. Nakamura being joined by Jace Kinsai. Toka meanwhile in 4th place, still making her charge against So Byung-eun in 3rd. Rudy is in 6th place. Again, a very solid performance from him so far, and looking to also not make another pit stop. Azuri is now exited in 5th place, so we're going to be taking a look into Goodwin and Rio, who are going to make at least one more pit stop between them. Well, for each of them. So Byung-eun also looking to make another pit stop in the next 10 laps or so. Toka, meanwhile, is also going to be making another pit stop. Kiriko now up into 15th place. Sakura is expected to not lose any positions from where she is right now in 13th place. Just check right now. Yep, we're not having any issues. Goodwin and Rio are, of course, having their runs on their own. So there's something very low in the race there. Nakamura is right over there. Alright, so Azuri is currently the first driver on this track who's not scheduled to make any more pit stops. And right now we are just gonna see if it's going to remain the case. Looking at the gaps though between Goodwin and Azuri, just under 30 seconds. It's expected that Goodwin will be losing time. Just to check on the lap times here, 127, 143. To be pre-competitive, you're going to probably need to make at least 5, between the 125s consistently for you to remain competitive. And Masha also making a pit stop here. He's now going to be dropping down to what looks like 12th place net unless Sakura finds 30 seconds. So it's now 16 seconds between Jake Goodwin and Michelle Rio. Alright, so Goodwin still leading the pack by 16 seconds. Kiriko also having to make yet another pit stop. No end in sight on the pit stop, but looks to me that her last pit stop right now after 4 pit stops. 7! This is absolutely becoming a pointless activity at this point, but she's gonna have to keep on pressing. Not the day for her, as potential Azako is absolutely on the cards for her. Currently in 5th place, showcasing on-merit pace right now. As she's chasing Yukihara Toka. I think this has got to be one of her very great races for her so far. And right now she is absolutely amazing job right now. Running in 5th place. Sub Young Un now makes his pit stop. That will bump a few drivers up as we now see Rudy now potentially making moves. As hopefully and Reza are now added between each other at the exit of turn 1. This week, he's got this position in the bag. Move around the outside. Pinch check Reza off. Great racing action currently here in Fuji Speedway. Absolutely riling up. Missouri, meanwhile, showcasing absolutely amazing pace so far. Looking into her previous lap compared to Goodwin. Just a bit of a double check here. Jay Goodwin, I believe, has only set a 127.019, so he is absolutely showcasing not a lot of pace here. Azuri is actually gaining on the leader Goodwin by over nearly a second, so she's absolutely having a charge here. Sarian, meanwhile, in 8th place. Just continuing in charge right now, and let's double check here. Save Toka needs to make one more pit stop. Rio needs to make also one more pit stop. Jake Goodwin also needs one more pit stop. He won't have enough fuel until the end of this race. So Azuri is in a solid position to take the lead away. But then again, Azuri is already faster than Goodwin by quite the margin still. So it's a very... It's a very... How do we put this? It's a... So it's very promising for her to take win number 3 for Ozora Subaru. Subaru herself has also won 3 races so far. 1 for Rim Aldor, 1 for and 2 from Akozuri. Subaru's looking for win number 4 in Formula Hololive. Akozuri, meanwhile, on the charge herself, currently looking for her 3rd win in Formula Hololive and to absolutely hit the ground running in terms of qualification to the CO Cup. Seconds the gap between Azuri and Goodwin. Sakura is expected to only drop down to 12th place after penalties. Look at the progress chart as we go. So Byung-eun obviously needs to make one more pit stop. So this will mean that Joey has a pretty solid run so far, but then again, should be good. So 9 positions gained from the start, so that gives him the plaudits of being the biggest gainer in this race. This could actually be... So Akozuri now looking to get herself into the podium places. Probably already on merit, but So Azuri's just gonna keep piling on the pressure. 126.678 now. From Goodwin, Azuri meanwhile is absolutely keeping tabs of the situation here. Lots of drivers already a lap down, mind you. Just wanted to give a bit of a confirmation here. Fumi's actually the first driver a lap down. Some drivers are already at 2 laps down. Lap 43 here in Fuji Speedway. The action still not letting up. Seiri, meanwhile, keeping ahead of Nakamura, who's currently running in 13th place. And it looks to me Kiriko is just gonna occupy the back end of the field, which is obviously never ideal. The Lunas are not gonna find this thing ideal. So far we've lost 3 cars. Rustin Karasho, Dak Patterson, and Raijin Kaczynski. Hanabi Kiriko and Daniel Goyena are also expected to occupy the non-points positions. So far, unfortunately, with not much of a chance to gain back the positions. Meanwhile, Seirin continuing to defend from Nakamura, who is trying to get herself unlapped. Then again, this is because Mashev is absolutely on the charge right now. Kinsai also having a pretty quiet race so far. Currently sandwiched in between the 2 leaders, Goodwin and Rio. So he's just gonna just don't know how it's gonna be. Meanwhile, Damashev and Nakamura, and looks to me that trying to get ahead of Seirin. Seirin, meanwhile, already trying to make a move against Joey. Could be a move down the inside. And that's Nakamura already down the inside of Seirin into turn 1. Nakamura now trying to get herself ahead. Is it going to be enough, though? The answer is going to be no. Nakamura has remained ahead. And is going to give her a lifeline in her battle against Damashev for 13th place on the grid. We're still yet to see Goodwin in Rio confirming their pit stop aspirations. Still pretty much a toss-up between these drivers as to how they're going to fare between each other. Azuri now currently in 4th place. Toka's not far behind. Fumi has already unlapped himself to Azuri. Going into the final stretch of this race, we still Damashev, meanwhile, is gonna Try to go at it. Potentially making a move down the inside. No, there might be a move. It might be on. It's just not there for the Mashnev. Still trying to chase Nakamura for 13th place. Speedway, and right now Jay Goodwin, the defending CO Cup champion, is doing kind of okay right now. Nakamura is going to try to clear herself against Joey. Is a lead lap car, only barely, and right now Nakamura is just going to sweep around the outside if she can stay ahead, but the answer is no. And it's still pretty much a question mark as to evolve from here. Remember, Goodwin, Rio, and Toga needed to make one more pit stop because they don't have enough fuel. And we'll see where Goodwin and Rio, as well as Toga, end up. Rio only has 4 laps of fuel. Goodwin has 16 laps of fuel. Definitely not going to be enough as it stands. And Toga only has 9 laps of fuel. So, Rudy is also in a solid place to take a respectable second place. Now, there might be some magic going on if he can make the pass onto Azuri, which is going to be an interesting conclusion to the race if it does happen. Right, into turn 1 we go once again, and Rudy continues to be in control, at least in second place. It's currently second place. I was currently sandwiched between Azuri and Rudy, and right now everyone's just keeping their pace at it. No bunching up. Chakresa still staying in 10th place, doing an okay-ish job right now. Lost like 6 positions from the start, but he's doing pretty okay. So Byung-eun, looking at him, he is going to be good for the rest of this race. Gained 14 positions from the start, and yeah. Great stuff from him so far. Best. Rudy, meanwhile, is not catching up though. The Mitsubishi machine is not getting things done right now. Mashnev against Nakamura down the inside, potentially for the Mashnev. He's doing a pretty good job right now. run off at the final corner, and now going alongside Nakamura for the... Oh, and he has to back off there. Not sure why he did so. That doesn't really matter because he's now going to have to think about 3 wide. That's Nakamura and the Mashab and Goodwin. Goodwin's the leader, and he's making contact. Forces his way against the Mashab. That is a move done by force. And now that's going to allow Nakamura to come up ahead of the Mashnev. What is going on here in Fuji Speedway? And I think it's still a gain despite the contact. Rio, meanwhile, has absolutely caught on to a Goodwin. We might be seeing a battle between the leaders with 16 laps to go. Right now, it's still pretty much a touch and go. Hoshino Rio still not far behind from Jake Goodwin. Goodwin absolutely looking to find something against these lap cars, especially against Nakamura and Joey. Nakamura now having a pretty solid gap, and right now she is potentially just not going to give a lot of... Just not going to give away a lot against the Goodwin though. Trying to go for a double overtake, and right now Goodwin should be okay. Down the inside, Nakamura's about to fight back, and Goodwin's about to force himself into a move. Not yet though. Rio has made his pit stop. Toka will now make her way into second. Azuri will now make her way into third place. Rio has now gone into third place. Toka and Goodwin still needing to make one more pit stop. Azuri is breathing down their necks, potentially. So the gap between Azuri and Goodwin have now dropped to 21 seconds of sorts, maybe 22. Mashnev only 14th right now, still trying to find a way to pass Zarin here, who's currently running in 8th place, already unlaps himself. Oh, and that is aggressive climb to the curves, but that is pretty much standard at this point. Alright, Toka. Only 4 laps of field to go for Toka. For Jake Goodwin, he has 11 laps of field to go. So it looks to me that Goodwin will be pitting on lap 63. So as it stands, it will be Akazuri kicking things off with a win here so far. That's second place. 125.7, so Jake Goodwin is absolutely now charging his way up. Missouri also remaining somewhat uncontested. Anyways, Toka currently running in second, losing a second losing second to both losing a second to Goodwin. Sakura is expected to only drop one position, it seems. And Nakamura is about to get overtaken by Damashnev, potentially. Yeah, alright, okay, yeah. Alright. Alright, back into this race. 2 seconds behind is Speedway. And we'll talk about this gap though between Rio to Soka and 45 seconds between each other. Sakura is 50 seconds ahead of Riba. Riba is about 50 seconds ahead of Nakamura, so it looks to me that Sakura will only lose one position. In all this, Kinsai, everyone's running pretty long races here. Running in 15th place in a pretty lonely race. Damashnev in a perpetual battle with Nakamura. It looks to me that Sakura will be relegated down to 12 following the penalty. And then Kamen Riba, who is currently down in 11th, promoted into 11th as a result of the penalty. He's definitely not far behind, but he's still staying in 10th place. Ninth place for Tokyo Sora, doing a pretty decent job so far. Seirin in A4 Kanade. 7th place in the Ridin machine. And for Ridin Ego, it's a pretty decent job there. It's a pretty decent day though. For the Folklore guys, Rudy, or rather Rio, will be sitting in 5th right now. That's all we can update here because maybe Rudy is expected to stay in 2nd place. Don't know where Goodwin and Toka will end up, so we're just gonna be on standby now. Like Toka will be called into the pits pretty soon. Pretty dry right now in her fuel tank. Now finally making her pit stop as expected. We will see where she will end up. It looks to me that she will end up in 5th place. Remember, Hoshizano Rio is right here, so Toka will be heading down into 5th place. It looks to me that Hoshizano Rio will have a pretty solid run in 3rd place right now. Pretty interesting run so far in this race. Again, what a race for Rudy here and for Mizumiyasu. Perennial underdogs since Sue makes her debut since Sue made her debut in the competition. Really proud to see where we have how far they've come. But then again, can Rudy be consistently good in aero competitions? That's going to be a question that I don't know if I can answer. But 56 laps already done. Goodwin has now crossed the line. For him to be good for the rest of this race, Goodwin needs to have at least 10 laps of fuel to go. Unfortunately, he only has 6 laps of fuel. So we'll be hitting around lap 62 or 63. Therefore, handing the lead to Aquazuri, who has been piling on in the top end of the field for quite some time now. So all eyes will be on Serena here as she organizes with traffic. This time to Mama Shakif Reza, and she will have no problems. Traffic. The defending CEO Cup champion is going to be set to finish in 4th place. The fall before the rise is what some people would say. Azuria hasn't had her unlucky moments. Engine failures had reset her times. Meanwhile, still chasing on Rudy. This could be for a potential 2nd place. This is actually a pretty solid battle for the race lead. Akuzuri, meanwhile, has already cleared Shaka Reza and Misaki Sakura. This is going to be a pretty interesting race to finish. Of course, we might be seeing some of them already being out of the equation. Overtaken by Hoshizuna Rio. You saw there in the build-up. Rudy tried to defend, but he just could not hang it on for long. Hoshizuna Rio is now in 2nd place. As it stands right now, assuming that Jake Goodwin has made his pit stop. And down the inside goes Rio against Misaki Sakura. And next up, he's going to go against Muhammad Shakif Reza. You can see Akozuri has not been able to steer clear of all of her competitors here. So this is going to be an interesting this is going to be a pretty interesting battle right now in the competition. Eyes are currently on Jake Goodwin here, who is most likely going to make a pit stop pretty soon. Into the latter stages, into the Fuji Speedway. We still have some battles that we need to sort out. Speaking of which, we are just paying attention here. Rudy has now dropped down to 4. He's already technically 4th, but this is a net 3rd right now. A solid result for him, no doubt in my mind. Jacob expected to exit in 4th place. Meanwhile, with 59 laps complete, we're just going to be monitoring on Jake Goodwin's field load, and he only has 3 laps of field to go. He's not going to make the finish as it stands. Everyone has remained where they are. What is next on the agenda right now? Oh yeah, Jake Goodwin has already opened up a 30-second gap here, and he might just be able to sneak in with a podium finish. You know, he is faster than Azuri right now by quite the margin by at least 1 second, so... Gonna sort out the still pretty much a question mark as to how this race will conclude, and Jake Goodwin has confirmed his spot into the pit lane. It's now Aqua Azuri's time to shine. This will decide on who wins here in Fuji Speedway. And right now, Goodwin has not gone out of his pit box. Aqua Azuri is charging. Goodwin is just out. Azuri will take the lead. Rio will clear. Rudy will also clear. Goodwin will be out in 4th place, as expected. Graphics are being prepared right now. Azuri now leads here in the Split B, riding on Dream's Grand Prix at Fuji race. Rio only 1 second behind. Rudy not far behind as well. Goodwin ready to catch up. It's a 4-way fight for the win here in Fuji Speedway. Right now, right, so Azuri now leads this pack, and right now, there's a bit of a buffer now. Sakura's currently in 10th place now, already overtaken Walashak and Breza, but remember, Sakura has the penalty, and therefore, it would have not meant, anything regardless. He will still finish inside the top 10 on track. That's a statement of intent, but I think it's become clear that she will not be going for the top 10 positions after her contact with Raji Kaczynski. Has Misaki Sakura separating between himself and Aqua Azuri right now. it is gonna be an interesting note here to report. Pretty much a question mark it shows right now. Right now, side-by-side moves are being done here against Sakura and Hoshizuna Ryo. Ryo's looking for Nakiri-Ayame's first win. Looking for actually Ayame's second win in Formula Hololive. And swooping around the outside goes Hoshizuna Ryo in like 3 laps to go. All eyes are now between the two. Ryo has had a bad fast car all race. Could he make the upset? Less than a second separating between Azuri and Ryo. This might be the finish that everyone might clamor onto. 3.5 laps to go. Oh, just over 3 laps. Just over 2 laps to go, sorry. We're about to start the final 2 laps here with an extreme battle in prospect. You can see here how close Hoshizuna Ryo has been to Aqua Azuri. It's a Gen 2 showdown between these two as they're looking for wins to kick off their campaigns. The Masha has made his pass over Aoyori Nakamura, but the battle is now on. Hoshizuna Ryo is now down the inside against Oza's Subaru driver, Aqua Azuri. Azuri's going to hang around the outside to potentially think of a counter-attacking move, and she still stays around the inside line, potentially still ahead at the corner. Hoshizuna Ryo is about to try to hang around the inside. Azuri's going to hang around at 300R to keep herself in the hunt, but it might not be enough. Hoshizuna Ryo takes the lead. Hoshizuna Ryo now leads here in Fuji Speedway. He's about to make it 2 wins out of 2 in Fuji Speedway. He's done it once last year. He's gonna do it again this year if he can hang on. And look at the gap that he's already opened in the penultimate lap of this race. The final lap is about to start. Nakiri Ayame and her Nakiri Gumi is gonna be celebrating this win for sure. It was last year that Nakiri Ayame has won here in Fuji Speedway, and now as we're about to start the final lap, history might actually repeat itself. Azuri currently has no response. There's some last lap battles going on. The Mashnev now ahead of Nakamura. What a shock has been. Aqua Azuri thought that she has this race under control, but it's been snatched away by Hoshizuna Ryo. Collected Ryo is right now, in spite of the lap traffic coming on. It might be the most convenient timing that he's had right now. Looking for win number 2 for Nakiri Ayame. Well, if you got Nakirium right now, you better fill it up, because Hoshizuna Ryo is about to make full use of it as he's about to cross through the finish line to win here in Fuji. Hoshizuna Ryo and Nakiri Ayame win the Riding on Dreams Grand Prix at Fuji Split B race. We're just as shocked as you are. Oh my goodness. What a race that has been. For everyone, Rudy gets a top 3, Goodwin 4th, Toka 5th, Sobyong should be finishing in 6th, Joey in 7th, Fumi 8th. Wait, Fumi is in 8th. Yes. Give me a second. And then Mamashaki Reza should be inside the top 10. Riba in 11th, Sakura 12th, Damashnev 13th, Nakamura 14th, Jace Kinsai 15th. Just to remind you, Ryo, Azuri, Rudy, Goodwin, and Toka, Sobyong and Joey, Fumi Seirin, Fumi and Seirin and Shaki Reza making up your top 10. And what a race this has been. Aquazuri, stunned silence from her. She cannot believe that has happened. Well, I can't believe it either. Yeah. Well, if you know your horse racing, I think Aquazuri has been rice showered. I'll say that for sure. Talk about a closing performance from Hoshizuna Rio. Wow, that was absolutely insane from Rio. But anyways, let's take a look at the race results. Hoshizuna Rio takes the checkered flag and will bring home the 200 points here in Fuji Speedway. Aquazuri, second place for Hoshizuna Subaru. Oh man, she feels very much hard done by. She's done everything right, but only for it to be snatched away by Rio. And we got Rudy in third place for Sue. Jacob went fourth. Yukara Toka in fifth. Sobyong-eun in sixth place. Joey 7, Hofumi in 8th. Well, we're just trying to recollect our thoughts here. It's been well, I don't have a lot of words either, but we're just gonna try to process things regardless. Anyways, still trying to recollect what's going on here. Alright, I'm just gonna continue. Seirin takes 9th place right now. Right, Seirin takes 9th, and remember, Misaki Sakura finishes 10th on track. But remember, has to add another 30 seconds to her time. So this would mean that it will be 96:31. So this would mean that Lotus would, or rather Misaki Sakura, would be relegated down to 12th. Shaki Reza will be 10th. Riba will be 11th. Sakura will be 12th. The Mashnev is in 13th. Nakamura in 14th for Hachama, and Daniel Goyena actually has made a last lap pass onto Jace Kinsai to make it into 15th place and into the points. Kinsai 16th, Kiriko 17th on as the last of the finishers. I believe Kiriko is the first driver's lap, 2 laps down. Raji Kazutsky, of course, got crashed by Misaki Sakura, hence why the Sakura got the penalty. Patterson had an engine failure for Riona, unfortunately. Same goes for Russ and Carascio for Lapless Darkness. Alright, we're just gonna take a slight breather after what has been a very dramatic end to this race. So just to confirm back, Ryo, Azuri, Rudy, Goodwin, and Toka, Sobyung and Joey, Hofumi, Serin, and Shakif Reza make up your top 10. Alright, so we're just gonna update you all on the championship updates here. We're only gonna be showing you the top 10. If you want to see the full standings, you might want to head over into the championship standings. With that out of the way, we are just gonna highlight you all on the Alright, so let's update you all on the standings for Split B, at least for the top 10. As a result of Hoshizuna Ryo's heroics, he will now be inside the top. He'll now be in the top spot and almost confirmed to be in the CEO Cup for the latter parts of this season. Aqua Zuri will have to settle for second place, which is, of course, not exactly what she is aiming for, but she will have to settle for it. Hoshizuna Ryo has performed where he needs to be, so you can't really fault him for that. Rudy is in third, Jake Goodwin in fourth, especially for Rudy. That's a great result from him. Best of the Vice class performers. Goodwin fourth, Yukara Toka fifth, Sobyung in sixth, Joey 7, Hofumi is in 8th place. 9th place going to Seirin, and 10th place going to Mohammad Shazrin Shakif Reza for Momosuzu Nene. Alright, so with that out of the way, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the stream. Obviously, congratulations to Aquazuri, who had done everything right, only for it to completely fall flat under her face. But then again, this is just racing, so gotta have to get on as you wish. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in for today's stream. My name is Mama Shazran in the commentary booth, and we hope to see you next week for a night race in Fuji. It's Hololive GT3 action for the Riding on Dreams 400 at Fuji. Coming right up for you tomorrow, not like tomorrow, but next week at night. Hope to see you then. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next week.